advisors, the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, Harare Program Office, and the Institute of Environmental Studies, the University of Zimbabwe, for inviting me to this conference. I am indeed pleased and very privileged to address this first international conference towards resilient urban communities, which seeks to achieve the following: understand the nature of urban poverty and the deprivations experienced by urban children, identify the risks, the causes and drivers and impacts of urbanization that are faced by poor urban residents, identify ways to reduce risks and opportunities, thereby enhancing resilience and reducing poverty in urban communities, and finally to propose recommendations for enhancing resilience in urban communities. Government, through the Zimbabwe Agenda for Sustainable Socio-Economic Transformation, ZIMASET, aims to eradicate poverty. In this regard, government has established a social services and poverty eradication cluster. As you all know, ZIMASET has 4 clusters. One of the clusters is the social services and poverty eradication cluster, which this conference is concerned about. The thrust of this cluster is to improve the living standards of the citizenry for an empowered society and a growing economy. Poverty is probably the greatest challenge that the world is facing, and Zimbabwe has not been spared. According to the 2011-2012 poverty data analysis in Zimbabwe, 62.6% of Zimbabwean households are deemed poor, whilst 16.2% of the households are in extreme poverty. The same analysis revealed that poverty is more widespread and prevalent in the rural areas of Zimbabwe, where 76% of the rural households are poor compared to 38.2% in the urban areas. In terms of extreme poverty, the rate is 30.4% in the rural areas compared to 5.6% in the urban centers. Given the foregoing, it therefore comes as no surprise that the focus of development initiatives has generally been the rural areas. However, agricultural production in the rural areas is now increasing as we continue to reap the benefits of the land reform program. But development in the urban areas is lagging behind. Companies continue to close down, unemployment levels are high, infrastructure is deteriorating, and services such as water and waste disposal are struggling to cope with increased urban populations. Of the 1/3 of our population that lives in urban areas, almost half is living below the poverty line. The nature of urban poverty differs from rural poverty in that urban economies are cash-based. Food, accommodation, building materials, and even water and energy have to be paid for. The living conditions are often overcrowded and unhygienic, and disease outbreaks are common. Social networks and family ties are usually not as strong as those in rural areas. Economic activities are low, with high unemployment and underemployment. Ladies and gentlemen, urban communities are, however, mixed, consisting of the very rich as well as the very poor, and statistical averages on which decisions about resource allocation are based mask these inequalities and inequities. Zimbabwe is committed to fighting poverty in all its dimensions, especially those that affect children. Zimbabwe's national policies are pro-children and national budgets are generally child-friendly. Education, which has a direct positive effect on children's welfare, has always been allocated the largest sectoral share of the national budget since independence in 1980. In 2013, for example, education was allocated the highest share of 27%, followed by health at 10%. As future leaders, children should be at the center of all development initiatives, as they are a key resource for the creation of a democratic, productive, and equitable society. My ministry will continue to take cognizance of the needs of children and promote child-sensitive budgeting and policies, and ensure that no child in Zimbabwe suffers unnecessarily, and that all children grow up healthy, attend school, and live more productive lives. A number of macroeconomic strategies to address poverty have been introduced. The most recent is Zimbabwe's Agenda for Sustainable Socio-Economic Transformation, ZIMASET, 2013 to 2018, which is a pro-poor economic blueprint that aims to provide an enabling environment for sustainable economic empowerment and social transformation of the people of Zimbabwe. ZIMASET is being implemented through the 4 clusters, which I have already alluded to. The first one is food security and nutrition. The second one is infrastructure and utilities. Then the social services and poverty eradication. And finally, the value addition and beneficiation cluster. Under ZIMASET, the government will take advantage of the opportunities of the indigenization and economic empowerment program for the funding of public utilities in the communities, such as schools, hospitals, housing, and other social amenities, with the intention of creating employment for the youth and women, thereby improving their living standards. Government will also continue to improve the quality of education from early childhood development to vocational and tertiary levels to enhance literacy levels and skills development. In addition, government plans to rehabilitate, upgrade, and develop the national power grid, road and railway network, water storage, supply and sanitation, and buildings, in recognition that a robust infrastructure network and system plays a fundamental role in the socio-economic development of Zimbabwe. Implementation of the various strategies in the ZIMASET will go a long way to reduce poverty and malnutrition and to promote a prosperous and healthy nation. Standards of living will be improved through increased access to social transfers to households, more economic opportunities for the vulnerable groups, increased food aid to vulnerable groups, and strengthened urban agriculture. In order to provide scope for evidence-based responses, we need to understand the complex nature, causes and drivers of poverty. When the policy is evidence-based, there is confidence that resources deployed in dealing with the policy problem stand a better chance of success. A number of national surveys are carried out by Zimbabwe's National Statistics Agency, ZIMSTAT, such as the National Census, the Zimbabwe Demographic and Health Surveys, and the Poverty, Income, Consumption and Expenditure Surveys, which provide empirical evidence on a wide range of socio-economic indicators. There is need to go further to unpack this data and understand the underlying causes and relationships. This is why collaboration with research institutions such as the University of Zimbabwe is crucial so as to probe further and give meaning to the evidence, provide explanations, solutions, and come up with recommendations that can inform the policymakers. My ministry has worked closely with UNICEF on a number of initiatives, the most recent being Zimbabwe Multiple Indicator Cluster Survey, which found that the situation of children regarding their nutrition, health and education was improving. UNICEF is an invaluable development partner, providing generous financial support to government programs as well as expert technical advice. I am happy to witness this further collaboration with the Institute of Environmental Studies, which focuses on ways of reducing poverty and promote resilience in urban communities. We believe that there is a lot to learn from the experiences of Zimbabweans who suffered during the economic crisis that culminated in 2008. Due to a wide range of diverse and innovative and sometimes imaginative coping and adaptive strategies, they proved to be resilient in the face of multiple hardships and pulled through. As a country, we still have a long way to go for complete recovery, but I am happy to note that we are now on an upward trajectory. I would like to commend the Institute of Environmental Studies of the University of Zimbabwe, who have spearheaded the generation of new knowledge on the multidimensional nature of urban poverty, with a focus on how it impacts on children. In collaboration with my ministry and other government ministries, as well as international development partners, in particular UNICEF, they have gone further by disseminating the new knowledge to policymakers and have promoted dialogue such as this multi-stakeholder international conference. Research by the Institute of Environmental Studies has not only found disturbing levels of poverty, shocks, and risks, but more importantly, they have come up with recommendations for discussion about what can be done to improve the situation. This will enable policymakers to continue to formulate and implement pro-poor, child-sensitive policies that ensure equitable and inclusive growth. In the next 3 days, the discussion will focus on how resilience can be built in urban communities, examining the ways that urban communities are surviving and coping with the various risks and shocks, and how they can recover. I wish you all fruitful deliberations and positive outcomes from the conference. I would like to thank you, and let me also apologize that I have to leave you shortly, because I'm wanted at Parliament at 2 o'clock, where I'm supposed to move some motions relating to my ministry. I would have wished to stay longer, because this is quite insightful